bringing him a reputation as a fabulist. His revival had begun well. In the United States he had embraced the temperance movement and exploited his position as an outsider, casting a wry English eye over a youthful nation. In 1850 he had published Loiterings in America, and in early 1852 was embarking on a fresh collection of travellers' tales. This would turn out to be a compendium of American scenes, accounts of hearing Daniel Webster address 100,000 in Philadelphia. He forcibly reminded me of Sidney Smith's pithy description of him, a steam engine in breeches. A trip to Connecticut, the Yankee state par excellence, to meet Samuel Griswold Goodrich. Then an interview with Harriet Beecher Stowe, author of Uncle Tom's Cabin, a book so successful, Dix estimated, that sales in its opening 9 months had outstripped those of Waverley, The Sorrows of Young Werther, Childe Harold, The Spy, Pelham, Vivian Grey, Pickwick, The Mysteries of Paris, and Thomas Babington Macaulay's History of England, all put together. All this lay ahead as the steamer ploughed through Long Island Sound. The Empire State was a paragon of modern luxury, as different from the old square-rigged sailing ships as could be. Not 2 decades before, Charles Darwin had been forced to tolerate the conditions on HMS Beagle. The nauseating swinging and jerking of his hammock, the decks and hatches beating and pattering with feet, the reek of turpentine and tar. Now Dix was allotted his own apartment, furnished with sofas, ottomans, chairs, and marble-covered tables. In the saloon a lady played piano, while a gentleman sang in accompaniment. "I never should have dreamed that I was afloat on the ocean wave," Dix wrote. To him the steamers were, indeed, floating hotels. From the barber's shop to the bed, all is perfection. A day later, Dix was ashore at Newport. The climate, he decided, reminded him of the Isle of Wight. Newport was an old town nestled within the complex geography of Narragansett Bay. The bay, a vast expanse of water dotted with islands the locals used as stop-offs on fishing trips, was once of strategic consequence, but over the last decades Newport's significance had dwindled. Trade had moved north to Providence, and what life remained blossomed only briefly. Only once during the year does the old town show any signs of vitality, and that is during the season, when from all parts of America there flock to it fashion and beauty, to enjoy the unrivalled sea bathing and the lovely scenery in the vicinity. This spasmodic prosperity continues for about 2 months, and then Newport is its own dull, drowsy self again. Out of season, and with little to entertain him, Dix strolled over the town. He found a curious old mill and several unusual rock formations in the cliffs. Investigating one, he discovered many spires of stalactites, forgotten fingers of frozen water that brought to mind the glittering palaces of the Arabian Nights. But Dix was to find his best story at the wharves. There he fell into conversation with an English gentleman. After talking for a time, this man surprised him by revealing a very interesting naval relic was standing in a store hard by. He led Dix to the counting-house of an oil merchant. There the man pointed out an apparently mundane object, a large wooden post, splintered and wizened, but still upright and entire. This piece of wood was a part of the stern of the Endeavour, Dix wrote in Transatlantic Tracings, the identical vessel in which the celebrated James Cook